lap. You are on the podium, just go full gas, Adam, full gas. Every second count, every second count.
The UAE Tour 2023 is...
The UAE Tour is the poster child of cycling's globalisation, a star-studded field headed by the most tantalising property in cycling right now, world champion Remco Evenepoel. After a fairy tale end to 2022, his season is built around one major goal, the Giro d'Italia. The UAE Tour provides a perfect launchpad and a test against some major rivals. Ineos Grenadiers are at the race with Lucas Plapp, the newly crowned Australian road race champion, and UAE Team Emirates have sent former winner Adam Yates to defend their 2022 title in the absence of Tadej Pogačar.
I think it's quite a special area to race, and to go there as a world champion will be very special.
There seems to be really two main races throughout the year where sprinters are really judged, and that's the Tour de France, and now it seems to be UAE Tour earlier in the year, so quite looking forward to getting back out there this year. And also compared to last season, I didn't really have the legs there, so I really want to come back and get some good results.
It's probably one of the only times that really like all the best sprinters in the world come together and race together, so you can kind of, start of the season, you can see how everyone's going, who's going to be good for the season, who's not.
It's the Tour, the stage race of the season. It's almost a world championships for sprinters. Okay, we have the finishes on Jebel Jais and Jebel Afid, so the sprinters can't win the GC, but there's a lot of opportunities. The teams always bring strong lead out, strong sprinters, and if you want to win somewhere in the World Tour as a sprinter, it's the UAE Tour.
In mid-February of 2023, the top riders in the world gathered in two locations across Europe, boarding two charter flights to the United Arab Emirates. In a country blessed with perfect temperatures, long days and cloudless sky, it's no surprise to see a wealthy desert nation quickly becoming a favourite early season destination for the pro peloton.
What have we got today? 2 hours. Probably do some openers. What are you going to do?
For sure. Probably need to panic train a little bit.
Panic train after the flight?
After the flight, before parties, get some shape in before.
I think we're going to ride the time trial course, team time trial course, so we'll do a bit of recon, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Pretty easy.
Okay. Sweet.
Sunny day.
Bit of wind.
Work on a tan, maybe.
Not a lot of the sunburn.
Yeah. We're not a wire, shall we?
No, we're not.
Well, first day here out in the UAE Tour. Arrived yesterday to Abu Dhabi, looking nice. Now we are at the Al Wadba cycle track, 30k loop. We will go for the first training with the boys, getting ready with the bikes and nutrition, and 5 minutes we are off. Probably 2 hours of riding, 65-70 k's. And then get back to the hotel, massage, easy, relax, prepare the race.
The teams had little time to enjoy the sights and pristine bike paths before they were met with a different sight altogether. A 7-day stage race featuring 1,016 kilometres of savage crosswinds, hectic sprints and long, testing climbs. What makes a great race? Whether it's battles in the high mountains, chaotic crosswinds or intense sprints, unpredictability is always the best ingredient, and the Middle East's only World Tour race never disappoints.
Of course, in the Giro d'Italia, Caleb Ewan. Yeah, I think every team has a strong sprinter, and with that comes a lead out train. So, I mean, it's perfect conditions to practice it, but it's also one of the hardest races to really nail it because everyone has the same sort of objective and kind of easier stages normally, so everyone arrives to the finish fresh. So it makes for really hectic racing.
Stage 1 of the UAE Tour promised it all. The desert winds around Al Dhafra contest even the strongest teams, and crosswinds harassed the peloton from the very start of the race. In the first 3 kilometres, echelons split the bunch. Groups of riders were strewn across the road, desperately looking for shelter.
The last one was 1 minute 25 was the last gap, but I feel like you guys might have just sped up a little bit.
With 50 kilometres to go, Evenepoel drove the pace on the front and split the peloton. The only GC contenders able to latch on were Bilbao and Plapp, leaving UAE Team Emirates and Adam Yates adrift in the group behind. With the GC contenders' advantage established, the sprinters entered centre stage to fight it out for the win. Bert van Leeuwenberger led out Malier, who launched his sprint 150 metres from the line. As the riders crossed the line, it looked like a dead heat, but Ewan and his teammates seemed to think differently. The delay in confirming the winner only added to the tension.
Chewing your nails there.
Oh, don't know what's going to happen.
No word yet?
No word yet, no.
In the end, even the photo finish could barely separate the two riders. Malier had won by a mere pixel on the screen. Remco, Plapp and Bilbao were the other big winners of the day, taking 51 seconds on their rival Yates.
I said to Tim and Bert that I was going to pull till the line because it was good for my GC and also good to keep the guys a bit more fresh for the sprint, and in the end it worked out. So I think it was a decision from us because I felt really good. So it made no sense to save some energy because also in the back they were on the limit. So yeah, I think overall a very, very good day for us. For myself, I'm very happy with the feeling that I was in every first echelon. So yeah, I think we cannot complain.
After an impressive display of form on stage 1, Remco Evenepoel and the Soudal Quick-Step team were in high spirits as they took to the start line for the team time trial on stage 2. But they weren't the only ones. Tudor Pro Cycling were racing their first ever World Tour race. Owned by former Olympic and multiple world champion Fabian Cancellara, the young team weren't letting the pressure get to them ahead of the race against the clock.
I have been on the parcours as well. I have been joining the guys in the car, and it's quite interesting when you see the map, then when you see it properly. I mean, there's a lot of wind, there's some directions they will take on where they have headwind, tailwind, cross tailwind, just pure tailwind, and big roads, but there's some difficulties that I call it speed bumps. That in my opinion is the danger, because it depends the concentration they have. You need to be really aware because you come with 70 km/h with the tailwind, then you have to go over a speed bump. It's not for everyone. And now it's a team time trial. So the guys are in the line, and so a lot of focus and of course a lot of power in the legs.
Underway for Tudor Pro Cycling with 7 riders.
Meanwhile, back on the start line, Soudal Quick-Step were the favourites for the stage, but EF Pro Cycling and Ineos Grenadiers would take the fight to them.
The start of Ineos Grenadiers.
I think, okay, in individual time trial you can see the value between the real-time trialists. Here is more about not who have the most time trialist guys in the team. Okay, that helps, but you need always to have an equilibrium on the team, and that is the winning move. You need to considering everything, where to change, how long it need to be the pull of each rider, and where you need to really go full gas, where you can really manage your energy. So, yeah, to be honest, in a really short time trial like this one, it's gonna be all out from the start.
EF Education and EasyPost to work on their team time trial had served them well to compete with the raw power of an informed Soudal Quick-Step team led by Remco Evenepoel. And the battle left everyone watching the seconds tick down as the World Champions team approached the finish line. The gaps were no less dramatic than stage 1. Only 3 seconds split the top 3 teams, and Lucas Plapp donned the leader's jersey.
After the guys had to wait around all day to lose to the last teams, it was a pain in the arse, you know. It's a long day as it is. The guys did a great job, so it's disappointing for all of these guys to miss out on that because they weren't expected to do as well as they did by a lot of people, but a lot of work went into today, and to get second is, at the moment, a bit disappointing.
But UAE Team Emirates had struggled again, losing time to all their main rivals. This was not how the defending champions had expected to start their home race. The dramatic lunar landscapes of the UAE Tour are the backdrop to some of the most beautiful images in pro cycling, offering the perfect canvas on which to tell lasting stories from the race.
I'm starting the day looking the road, looking the maps, so I try to understand better what's going on the race, which one could be the interesting point for the picture, the point where I can working on the peloton, on the landscape, on the attack. So basically at the beginning was the study, the looking the race and looking the important point, and then starting to do my best for produce the best picture of the day for the stage.
Stage 3 took the riders to Jebel Jais, the highest mountain in the UAE. An imposing climb, it has established itself as a classic of the UAE Tour, featuring in 4 of the last 5 editions. The steady gradients on wide roads are perfect training ground for the alpine-style climbs that populate the Grand Tours, and winners here include Jonas Vingegaard, Primož Roglič and Tadej Pogačar. Lucas Plapp wore red as the overall leader, a far cry from his days as a domestique for Adam Yates. But with the leadership role comes responsibility, and this time it was Yates' UAE Team Emirates teammates driving the pace on the lower slopes of Jebel Jais. Movistar's Aino Rubio, sensing an opportunity on his 25th birthday, attacked.
So Rubio from Movistar is leading alone, 38 seconds to the bench. Great job, boys. Remco became second. Great race from everybody.
As Evenepoel pulled on the red jersey of leader, only Lucas Plapp and Pello Bilbao were within 1 minute on GC.
When you lose the jersey to the world champion, it's okay. I expected him to be one of the best today. So, look, for me, it's still all to play for. It's still a good result, and we'll see what happens the next few days.
It felt like the first big mountain test had come and gone without fireworks, but Lucas Plapp summed up the sentiment in the bunch. He's the world champion for a reason, and that was as close as I could get. Remco is the strongest cyclist in the world. Could anybody unseat the world champion?